Hey, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to My Taste in Music Sucks, the podcast where every single week myself, Keith Miller, and Mr. Christopher Icon sit down and we talk about music. We talk a little bit about life. We talk about things that don't suck, including the music that we're listening to. And this week, you know what? I can't remember the name of the album. Do you have the name of the album?
I do. I'll go ahead and do it then.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
last week we were listening to Marty and the Bad Punch, and he had this singer, and you and I both were floored, just floored with his range, his delivery. The guy's name is Dan Byrne, which is obviously the album is Dan Byrne, and it's called This Is Where the Show Begins.
Yeah.
Recorded in the UK, studio musicians again, except for Mr. Byrne. Uh, how's that for an intro?
That works for me, man. One thing that I noticed, other aside from working with Marty and the Bad Punch,
Hmm.
Dan Byrne did a live tour with the Dead Daisies.
Yeah, I saw that on his description on
Yeah,
Spotify.
so that's pretty cool. Like he's really getting out there, man. He is kind of the new voice of this kind of music.
It needs to be heard. This is for
Yes.
like if you like Shine Down, there's a bunch of these kind of bigger, just adult rock and roll. I don't know what you'd call them. To me, it's like PG-13. It's just rock and roll. It's not
Yeah.
dirty. It's not. I don't know what else to say at the start, but I think most people who are just into rock and roll will like this album that we're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah, yeah. That was one thing that was a little different about this album as compared to the Marty.
Hmm.
This one is a lot more modern sounding. So you can get hints of stuff like Shine Down and things like that in it. Whereas Marty's was more leaning heavy towards the classic rock sound.
Right.
I have to learn how to write bigger. Oh my God, dude. This is gonna be me during the podcast because I can't read my writing because it's so small.
It's funny when you bring it up, it covers your
Yeah,
face.
I'm just gone.
Um, I'll just jump right into it. So
Yeah,
the first
Savior, man.
song, Savior, is what you and I both heard, and both of us were like, "Holy shit. Let's let's drop what the album we were gonna do
Yeah,
and let's talk about this based on just the first song."
yeah,
For me, right away, I could tell it's different than what Marty and the Bad Punch were bringing. It's more what I would consider my sound, what I gravitate to. Um, just right off the bat, man, it rocks.
yeah, yeah.
Did kind of get into this thing with Spotify. No lyrics, hardly any information.
Uh,
So the first thing I wrote down as far as breaking us off into tangents is Spotify a villain now?
yes, yes. Spotify is 100% a villain.
I
They're
agree.
like not giving everybody the money that they deserve. They're
Yep.
freaking, you have to have at least 1,000 monthly listeners on a song.
That's whack.
Yeah, yeah, to get any money. If you don't, you're not getting anything. And I'm
That's what
sure,
killed radio, is
yeah,
this same crap.
yeah. And I'm sure the people who are getting 1,000 monthly listeners on their one song aren't getting a bunch of money for that one song.
No,
So yeah, yeah. Spotify is people say you should switch over to Apple, but I don't like Apple's interface.
I don't like Apple anything.
Yeah, fair.
They're kind of anti-pirate,
Yeah,
and pirates are cool, man.
yeah.
Little tongue in cheek there. So yeah, I just wrote down for this first song, other than fucking Spotify, I just they're a villain now. I agree with you. I wrote down the same points. The monetizing of music has corrupted it completely to be
Yeah,
service. No lyrics? Come on. You have enough AI, it should be able to listen and go, oh, this is what he's saying.
yeah, yeah. Dude, speaking of AI, man, this is a completely different tangent, but I just finished watching The Comeback, and the last season of that show is about a sitcom that's written by AI.
What kind of show is it?
So it's Phoebe from Lisa Kudrow.
Ugh.
Well, there you go. But it's Lisa
She just
Kudrow, and yeah, she plays an aging actress who is trying to be relevant.
people not watching can't see what I was doing there since I was taking a drink. I was touching my nose. That's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, no, fair. I mean,
So
but
it's a sitcom?
the fact that she's self-aware enough, yeah, it's a sitcom. I mean, there's some drama in it too. It's, but the crazy thing is there's 3 seasons, and the first 2 seasons are 9 years apart, and the third season is like 12 or 13 years later.
Like it took that long to make it, or it's just doing a time jump?
No, no, it took that long to make it. And I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it's just how it worked out. Like the first season, supposedly it got canceled, and then they brought it back 9 years later.
Who's bankrolling this stuff? I don't know a lot about Hollywood, right?
HBO,
But
I
there's a
guess.
lot of crap.
Yeah. But the comeback was fun. I thought it was fun. It wasn't as good as Hacks.
Yeah.
Hacks was crazy, dude. Oh my God.
Well,
Did you
Hacks
watch
was,
Hacks?
yeah, the comedian,
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
I think it's written by the same people that wrote Marvelous Mrs.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
Maisel,
Yeah.
which are actual comedians, if I remember correctly. So that's
Right,
why
right,
it
right, right.
actually, when you watch it, you're not like, sometimes if you watch like a rock and roll show or drama, when it shows the artist doing their thing live, you can just kind of tell, oh, this it doesn't have the same feel or energy.
Yeah, sure.
But I didn't think Hacks suffered from that.
No, it definitely didn't. Jean Smart came across like a stand-up comedian, which she's not at all.
Right.
But Ava, the chick who plays Ava, is a stand-up comedian in real life. But the timing on that show was impeccable, dude. Like everything landed exactly how it was supposed to land. I almost didn't watch the last episode for, once it started and I
Hmm.
saw where I thought it was gonna go, I was like, oh, I'm not watching this. But instead, I waited it out and I cried and
You say you cried?
yeah, I cried, dude. Shit, come on, man. I'm first of all,
Well,
I'm in a very emotional time period in my life right now.
yeah,
Very
you're
emotional time period in my
you're
life.
menstruating, so it's
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah, with everything, and you know what? That kind of plays into music too. So we could talk
yeah,
about it for a minute. I think it's okay to feel emotions. I don't know how
yeah,
it got to this point where guys aren't supposed to feel emotion. No one cares. Work harder. Sure, that's part of it.
yeah,
But like you said, if you're off balance or messed up in the head, well, Gene Christie's album made me cry. So
there you go. Yeah,
maybe that's a good thing. You know what? That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good thing because there's something with a cathartic release in crying.
yeah, you gotta let it out, man.
Uh,
One way or another. But
so I'll drag it back to this album then, because
yeah,
this album will not make you cry.
no, it will not. There's nothing on this album that's gonna make you cry. Um,
No, it's a very positive album.
yeah, and even when it's not being positive, the music itself and because there are some sort of negative ideas on the album. Sorry about the yawn, and I'm on medicine, and it's got me. Blech.
It's all
But
life, man.
yeah,
What do you
but
got for the first song? Where were you at
yeah,
with what were you thinking?
yeah. So I mean, I said that it starts off heavy,
Mm-hmm.
like really heavy. That the voice is a lot more rugged than with Marty. Um, I said there's a big chorus.
Yeah.
It's a super dramatic song, and I feel like every part of this song is designed to put fists in the air.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's just every part of it. It was perfectly set up to raise your fist in the air.
It's big rock and roll. It's kind of
Yeah,
like maybe even a throwback to bands like, let's say, Great White. And I know
sure.
they got kind of kind of a joke there for a little bit, but I think that was just people turning on glam. But this
Yeah, yeah,
just it's big, like you said. It sounds like it needs to be played in an arena.
yeah, definitely, definitely. It sounds like 2026 arena rock, you know?
The production, I mentioned before we went on the air that it maybe it's a UK thing or maybe it's um just working with studio musicians. Again, the production on this is so good and so crisp. I kept going, is this made with AI? I don't know. But I found live video and it's like,
Yeah, yeah, they're playing it, man.
yeah, I really, the first song was, I want to say the best song on the album, but I don't think so.
I don't know.
It was just the one that got that hook in, which is
Yeah.
what you want out of a first song, right? You want to come out there and be like laying it on the
Yeah, listen
line.
to this. Yeah.
Right. Um, what do you got for the second song? What are you going on there?
Let's see. So the second song, She's the Devil. It has a nice rhythm and a bluesy feel to it. I thought that the groove was really, really cool. And I thought that it was interesting how he kept repeating the description of the woman
Yeah,
without getting like, really dirty about it or anything like that. He just kept on repeating like what it was that was appealing
right.
physically about her, you know?
And
So
there's
I thought
nothing
that
wrong
was
with
neat.
that.
No, not at all.
I wrote a couple things down for this song. At first I was like, this is a genre classic, a blues
Yeah.
kind of swagger. Well, this is produced so well. I don't know if swagger is the right word. It's delivered to you perfectly.
Yeah.
Um, okay, here's how I'll frame this. The first thing when he delivered that line, was it the way he said blood, where he just like
Yes.
powered it out? Dude, I just wrote, holy hell, that delivery was it
Yeah,
just
he knows what he's doing, man. He's 28, 29, something like that. He's a young kid,
handsome as
singing his ass
all
off.
get out.
Good looking dude. Yeah, yeah, definitely a good looking dude. British, so he's probably got a cool little accent.
Yep. I also wrote down that what's going on with the devil kind of legend in not just music, but like specifically blues, which is where the song is rooted in at least.
Yeah,
'Cause there's
yeah.
a lot. You got the crossroads, you got people calling music the devil music. Is it just one of those things that it's kind of tongue in cheek, since you call it the devil's music, or is it a cheap, not cheap because it sounded great? Is it a formula thing? Like if you know you're going to write mm, a an album, a concept album, or a produced album like this, and you're like, well, I play rock blues. Where's
Yeah.
my songs? And it just kind of naturally slides into the devil, maybe not necessarily imagery, but you know what I mean? There's kind of like this
Yeah.
trope, like this almost storytelling device.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing starts with Robert Johnson, right?
As far as I know, yes.
Robert Johnson went down to the crossroads, and
That's Eric Clapton, but
well, yeah, but I mean, it was the story.
right.
Is
I want to
but
go to that um where those crossroads are. We were going
yeah,
to New Orleans a bunch of years ago, and if I remember correctly, which who knows, I thought there was like some kind of sign or something that tells you that it was off that
oh,
direction.
man. But yeah, I mean, supposedly Robert Johnson went down to the crossroads and sold his soul to the devil.
There was a really good documentary about him that where they, his death was supposedly real mysterious,
Yeah.
but um, at least the story the documentary put forward was, of course, he was getting tail, and
Ah,
messed with either the wrong person's girl or a white girl,
right, sure.
and he was stabbed and killed and just chucked off somewhere because unfortunately back then, being black was not a good.
Yeah, good mix for that one.
Yeah.
And then there's,
Go ahead.
later on there was the movie The Crossroads with Ralph Macchio.
Oh, wow. Good callback, man. I haven't seen that
So,
forever.
yeah, but Steve Vai's in that, and Steve Vai's the Devil's favorite guitar player, and he
Is Steve
still
Vai
uses that.
so good that
Yeah,
no one likes him?
I don't know. I like Steve Vai.
Like, you could actually sit down and listen to a Steve Vai song, record, album.
Yeah, dude, I have Passion and Warfare. I love
Okay.
that album.
It gets gimmicky to me. Or not gimmicky, it's just he's so good that it's like, this is too much, too good.
See, I think one of the things that makes Steve Vai good is the lyrical content of his guitar playing, if that makes sense. It sounds like his guitar is talking.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can almost hear the vocal melody in the
Mhm.
guitar.
Yeah.
And I like that. So
That's that's very a blues thing. It's like
yeah.
the chords almost say, well, I'll go ahead and bring it up too. This album does not do that. Uh,
No.
Blues is kind of like, it's kind of gruff and you play a little part and you say your line and then you kind of pause and you let it sit or you give a little bit of timing break. He
Yeah.
They don't do that on this album at all. It's
Yeah, not at all.
a straight rock and roll band and he's like, now we're going to play a blues oriented track.
Right, right, right. It's blues adjacent. It's not the blues.
Yeah, it's just a rock band that likes, well, he likes everything. I've
Yeah.
heard some Faith No More in there. Yeah, we'll definitely get into it because there's quite a bit going on with each song and kind of genre, not necessarily weaving, but somehow it's like it could fit in so many different areas.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And I mean, the fact it's a 10-song, 39-minute album, he got in, he got out, he said what he had to say.
Yeah.
So that
Well, it
was
said, I looked up a little bit about him and he said that he had had a bunch of these songs just kind of sitting
right.
around and he didn't really do anything with them. So he already kind of had, I would imagine, the structure in his mind.
Right, of like how the songs were gonna go and what kind of the theme was gonna be and all that kind of stuff.
And it's just delivered again, just well. It's
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
all right. Well, song three, another great song, of course.
Praise
Praise
him.
Hell. This is when I started noticing that his lyrics are a little smarter than they sound. There's a lot of double entendre in there.
Right, right, right.
And the band, the three songs in, we haven't even mentioned who are these other players
I know. I know. Yeah.
that just grow them in labs over there?
It's like
I wonder if this type of music, just straight rock and roll, still has a big like radio presence because it doesn't in America, really.
yeah, not at all. It's more pop music over here. Anytime you try to listen to a rock station, it's either playing really old stuff
Hmm.
or it's so like it has no identity,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't know.
So,
There must be something in the water over there because the
yeah.
band, and it didn't, I couldn't find their names. I ended up finding it later on, and it's not like Marty, where I can't remember the exact names, but he,
Right. Marty had
players,
like the all-star team.
right. Another thing I noticed, and then we'll see what you had going on. They don't play over each other at all.
No, not at all. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's again a staple of UK sound because Marty, those guys didn't play over each other either.
Nope. One thing that I noticed too is there's a lack of guitar solos on this album. Like there's big guitar that you hear, but there's not a lot of take a break and play a guitar solo. There's not a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there's not.
Which I mean that's more of a modern rock thing. So obviously he's trying to do melodic sounding rock and roll, but he wants it to sound modern as well.
Yeah,
And I think he did a good job, you
I
know.
do too.
But yeah, for Praise Hell, I mean, the song sounds really somber in the beginning, somber and kind of broken.
Hmm.
And I was just like, okay, this could be something interesting. And I think, well, I mean, it seems like the song's about, relationships that are just destructive. Um, and so you get this like this heavy feeling.
I
Um,
kind of got a different vibe from it. Um,
what were you thinking?
to me, I wish I'd have had the lyrics because that would have made it a lot easier. But since I noticed the double entendre of his lyrics, at first it sounds like he's calling the relationship, "You're evil, you're the devil."
Right,
But as it goes on, it's more like he's saying, if that's the case, then I need to praise hell. So he's kind
right.
of playing off that imagery again of the devil. When in music, there's always that again trope of that's how you describe a woman, a really attractive one, right? Because a temptress and all that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
sure.
more what I got out of this song.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, see, so that's it's like I got it. Whereas he was like, I'm in this relationship with this woman, but I love her and I'm not going to leave her. So I'm going to praise her. That's where I got it. But I mean, it's the same kind of take, but just two different sides of it, I guess.
Again, fuck Spotify. They really, really
Yeah. There's
do a
literally just
disservice.
one song on this whole album on Spotify, and
Right,
it's a song that you can basically understand every single lyric.
right.
It's pretty damn
We
irritating.
always end up saying something, either Spotify or Bono, one or the other.
Bono too, man. Fuck him too.
Yep, pretty much.
Might as well.
So the fourth song, Sober, for me, had
Yeah.
this really neat start.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you would call that opening. I think it was a little longer than a minute or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know what genre that would sit in. It just had this really interesting sound.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thought I had. I was like, what is this? It's good. And I'm not putting any bad vibes on or nothing. It's just, it was wholly unique. I couldn't put my
Right.
finger on
Right.
it. I couldn't tell. Like, I couldn't say, oh, this comes from, insert band here.
Yeah. I mean, I just said it sounded atmospheric because I mean, what else? I couldn't think of what else. It sounded like they were setting up a big picture,
Hmm.
but yeah, I have no idea what you would call it either, man.
I think storytelling singers must be really big over there. We listened to what was it? It was like a double, not Drive-By Truckers, but there was Thunderhoof, Sergeant Thunderhoof.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Aren't they from over there also?
Yes.
Again, and Marty also, the sometimes the way Americans or American rock and roll, it almost seems to sing in sentences. Like this
Yeah.
sentence means this, and then this sentence kind of ties into that and whatever. But I've noticed this album, Marty's album, Sergeant Thunderhoof, the the vocalists are more storytelling than they are. I don't even know how to describe what I'm saying there.
It's like a phrase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did notice again, you can tell one man, one vision,
Yeah.
composer style album, which is great. I'm not knocking it at all, but no, there's no but to it. I could just tell. It's like, oh, okay, this is kind of what Marty did, just a different style of music.
Yeah, this is definitely there's definitely one sound, one vision throughout this whole thing, that's for sure. You can tell that Dan was in charge,
Yep.
you know.
And he kept this band. From what I understand, this band is his band now.
Nice, nice.
So it'd be interesting to hear like whatever he does to follow this up if you're gonna, excuse me, if you're gonna get more personality from, say, the bass player, because he can play.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The
Yeah, I wrote
drummer,
down some bass stuff.
it's like he's not a flashy. I mean, he might be, but he's not doing anything real flashy on the album. But
Yeah.
he does everything in precise time. That's impressive.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder what he's gonna do with Marty because Marty just put out an acoustic song. So he's still singing in Marty's band, and he's got this band.
A lot of these musicians, well, a few here and there, they do different things. They like,
Yeah,
if I could only imagine creating from my viewpoint, sure, I love blues and I would do a straight blues, but I like hip hop. So
yeah,
if I had a
sure.
chance to try a hip hop song, I would try it. I like acoustics. I like ballads. I like that big gospel choir sound. So you don't really have to stay
Yeah.
in one lane.
Yeah, and I mean the guy who's in Crash Diet, singer for Crash Diet, is also the singer in Witness, and they both just dropped albums, like big albums. So what's he gonna do? You know?
Some people just get to work,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
what you love. And we know people like that in wrestling and other kind of creatives. That's just all they want to do.
yeah,
And if you can, if you're making your album and then Marty calls, now it's time to get to Marty's album. And then it's how you keep yourself busy and probably
yeah,
how you keep yourself out of trouble.
yeah, sure. What did I say for this song? Oh yeah, we already went through it, I guess. Yeah, we did, didn't we? I guess we
Where are you at with the vibe of the whole album so far? I think it's real positive, so I don't
yeah,
see
yeah.
too much in it that would really drag you through it or whatever.
No, man, I dig it. I dig it. I think he's got a great voice,
Oh,
so man.
so five song five had an interesting title, Cherry and Leather.
Oh yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't finish what I was gonna say about sober.
Well, then let's go back
Yeah.
to it. What?
I thought that it was interesting how they like tied alcohol and sex
Hmm.
where you couldn't figure out which one he was really talking about. I thought that was a neat little word thing that he did there.
Yeah, I like his wordplay. It
Yeah.
sounds simple on the surface, right? But I don't know if it's because you and I are both gigantic music nerds and we just kind of listen for that sort of thing. But once I caught it, which what I say it was it song two or three? I don't remember exactly what I was like, oh, wait a minute. The lyrics here are not as simple as they sound. They got that
Right.
double
They're doing a little
entendre,
more.
double
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
And I just like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And he's saying a lot without I mean he's talking about like everyman stuff. He's talking about stuff that
Mhm.
everybody deals with, but he's saying it in clever ways,
Yeah.
which I think is just a cool rock and roll thing for sure.
Is that the difference between, like, say, this album and like, oh, was it American Aquarium that had that real dusty kind of lonely in the middle of nowhere sound?
Um
Or was it man. Anyway, the point was the whoever I'm thinking of, it was more direct. It was more I'm drunk at a bar because my life is miserable. It was more just straightforward. You knew exactly what he had to say. Is that an Americana like thing?
yeah, yeah. And I think American Aquarium does do that. I mean, he tells stories
Yeah,
and he's not telling stories that you can't understand.
right. Or tongue in cheek. It's very much. Well, I mean, that makes sense, really, because there are people like that. There are people like you and I that can just blah, 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 blah. And there's other
Right.
people that are just like, yeah, my day was fine. I worked, I went home with my kids. Good night.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you catch? Oh, you got any more for sober?
No, no, I'm done. Yeah, that was it.
Did you the song I was talking about, Cherry and Leather, had
Yeah.
this synth like I don't know if they were keys. I don't know what it was, but there was this cool, almost 80s new wave synth sound in there.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
was just like, what is this? It was
Yeah.
out of the blue, but served the song purposely. I don't know how this guy is not. No, I'll take that back. This guy is probably going to be huge.
Yeah. He'll at least be huge in his genre, but hopefully that, blows up beyond that.
The Dead Daisies are they from the UK?
The Dead Daisies are Australian, so I
Okay.
don't know how he got involved with them. And he wasn't an official member of the band. He just toured. He was just their touring vocalist. Because they've had a lot of different vocalists. Um, and their vocalists kind of come from everywhere. I
I
know
wonder if I'm
Glenn Hughes was singing for them for a while.
right. That's so he's not singing with them anymore.
I don't know if he's still singing with them or not. He's not listed as an official member.
Is that guy just impossible to get along with? He's everywhere and then not.
Yeah. Glenn Hughes is gone, dude.
What? He died?
No, I mean he's gone from that band.
Yeah, he just like he shows up, he does his thing, and he's like, "All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Follow that
Sing like Glenn Hughes or don't.
or don't." Yeah, don't. If you can, great, but
Yeah, good luck.
right. And he always fits in the genre too. Didn't he also sing with Black Country Communion?
Yep.
Yep,
Yep. He's saying with them and obviously he's saying with Deep Purple.
right.
So yeah.
Who
It's just
who was Deep Purple's original singer? Was that David Coverdale?
I believe it was Ian Gillan. I thought.
I believe you're right. Where did David Coverdale come from before Whitesnake?
He may have been in Deep Purple, but I'm trying to think. Where did David Coverdale come from?
I don't know. It'll be relevant a bit later why that comes up.
Okay.
Another thing I noticed on this song, the instruments and the players, they serve the song. There's no like
Yeah.
ego. There's no like, look what I can do on guitar, like a solo. There's no bass craziness. It all serves the song.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me see. What did I say about Cherry and Leather? I thought the hand claps were cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's hand claps. I always call out hand claps because I always think they're neat. So, but it had kind of like a slinky kind of groove to it. There was like a movement to the song
Hmm.
that I thought was really, really cool. Um, and it had big drum parts without the drums being overwhelming.
Yep.
And I like the line where he says, "Tastes like a cherry but half sweet."
Yep.
It's a cool line.
Cherries are sour.
Shit, right. So that's what I was thinking too. So I was like, dude, if you're half as sweet as a cherry, you are not very sweet at all.
Right.
So, like,
So it's again that wordplay without, it's not Maynard from Tool. It's not weird like Carl Jungian stuff.
right,
It's a throwback to bands like um, Fleetwood Mac, and there were so many. Not that he sounds like any of those bands, but a
right.
lot of those 70s bands was kind of like tongue in cheek lyrics back and forth. Again, big sound. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
I've as everybody can tell, I deeply enjoyed this album.
yeah, it's good. It's a good album.
All right, what do you got for number six? Death of Me.
Ooh, Death of Me was interesting. I said it's low and mournful. I said the feel is exquisite, and then it just explodes,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets distorted and dirty. Um, I thought that ending it on just the piano and a voice was really, really cool idea. Um, I think if you listen to the lyrics where he's talking about because she's not just the death of him. She's also all of these great things. She lifts him up, she carries him, she catches him, and she's the death of him.
Well,
Yeah,
they say find what you love and let it kill you,
yeah,
or let it, you know what I mean? Let it be the death of you. And that, to me, that means give it everything, and that's that.
yeah, yeah,
I
for
got
sure.
kind of the same vibes from this song, and this is where I thought I was going to be a little bit funny. For some reason, it reminded me of a less glam Whitesnake.
Okay.
And I was like, well, it's more like somebody said, what the hell is a Whitesnake? Then grabbed it, dragged it all the way down to Texas, gave it a stable home, some whiskey, a cowboy hat, then told it to make some music.
There you go.
Because it,
Uh,
I don't know why I got that Whitesnake vibe from it. Maybe it's because it's that big style arena rock again.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe it's because some of the notes he would choose, I was like, oh, that's kind of what Coverdale would do sometimes, except for
Right.
where none of these players, their ego shines through. Whitesnake definitely had a lot of that,
Lots of ego, yeah.
a lot of gimmick,
They couldn't
especially with
keep the
Coverdale.
band together.
What?
They couldn't keep the band together. Like half the time, by the time an album was finished with Whitesnake, the band was a completely different band.
Yeah,
So the band that would go on tour or the band that would be in the videos was completely different from the band that recorded the album.
I think the only thing uh, people are going to remember from Whitesnake is going to be Tawny Katan on that
Yeah,
car.
that car. Man.
For me, that's not true.
Yeah, I can see that would be a shame because they did make some good music.
I love In the Still of the Night.
Yeah, great
That
song.
song jams.
Yeah. Dude, I like The Deeper the Love. I
Same
like
album, isn't it?
what's that? Yeah, probably. I like Here I Go Again. I like
Hmm.
Down Slow and Easy.
Yep.
Dude, there's a bunch of Whitesnake songs.
Interesting story, and I'll make it quick because my memory sucks. Um, the reason I know Whitesnake was I found the tape on my walk home from somewhere.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, it's a tape. I will take it home and listen to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was very, very young. So I probably had, I was just like, what is this? It's so
Whitesnake.
sleazy, sexy. It's so, I don't know. But that was my introduction to Whitesnake was I found a
That's
tape and I was like, I'll check this out. And Black
dude.
Cat,
Yeah.
or is that the name of the song? Ah,
I'm not sure 'cause I don't know if I know that song, but
um, something about Black Cat moans like a fever. Mm, I can't remember. It'll come to me eventually, like when we're not talking and I'm in the shower or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Dude,
Other
I
than
found If You Want Blood, You Got It on the side of the road.
from,
It's a live album by AC/DC.
oh, okay, with Bon Scott or
Bon
with,
Scott. Bon
yes.
Scott. And I also found a live Molly Hatchet album on the side of the road.
People
So
just getting drunk and is this the wholesome equivalent of finding porn in the woods?
yeah, yeah, I guess so, dude.
That's a weird thing. We've talked about that before, right? Just
Finding
find,
Porn in the Woods, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I found Porn in the Woods.
Yeah, I think everybody our age did. I think it's like the porn fairies. Just be like,
Yeah, this porn fairy just drops off some porn in the woods.
time for you to learn what ovaries look like from the inside. You know, I never
Oh,
did like growing up or consuming porn or whatever in magazines, however you want to word that. I never
yeah,
liked the whole like look in here and see if there's a
yeah, the
growing.
internal thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really need to. I just
yeah,
don't want. I'm good.
yeah. I was always more into boobs.
Yeah, but I think women are the most beautiful thing.
Yeah, of
So I
course.
don't need to see the everything like that. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
prefer, and I've said this before, like I like the artsy, sexy side of that, not
right.
I don't know any of those magazine names anymore, but I'm sure they were all like freaking Cherry this, and
Right, 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 right.
I feel like we're flying through this album.
Yeah, it's not a very long album, so I don't know what
Where are
time
you
it
at?
is.
I mean, when you're enjoying, when you're listening to this album and you're getting to these songs that are a little more something is killing me or upsetting me, but it's also the thing that I love. Were
Yeah.
you kind of picking that up with everything that's going on with
Yeah.
you? Or
Yeah, I mean, I had kind of a rough night tonight, so yeah, I mean, I can relate to I don't know what was going on, but Casey didn't want to talk to me tonight. And he's 45 minutes away.
maybe he's just having a hard
So,
time.
no, it wasn't even that. He was just being a weirdo. He just didn't feel like talking.
I mean, he's going to get that genetically, so
Yeah, fair.
that's
But I've got 2 whole months at least before I'm gonna see him again. So it's like I plan on talking to him every
he's
single day.
45 minutes away. Why is it going to be 2 whole months?
45 minutes is a long drive when you don't have a car.
We can talk about that off air.
Right on, right on.
Where's he at?
He's in Oxford.
I'm sure I could find something to do so you guys could hang out for a couple hours. You know what I mean?
Cool.
If I have to take a
Yes.
book and listen to a podcast or read a book, we'll talk about that.
All right, right on. I
Because I'd
appreciate
be
it.
willing to help you out because that's whack. We'll figure something out.
All right, I appreciate that.
No problem.
But so I was having a little bit of a hard time with that because Casey wouldn't talk to me. And he just didn't feel like it. When he finally did talk to me, he was doing like mind stuff instead of talking. I was just like, come on, dude, quit being 11.
Maybe he
It's just like,
doesn't understand, you know.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Well,
tough spot
plus,
for everybody.
yeah, yeah, it is. And plus, no matter how much I explain it to him, I'm still just his dad,
Yeah, yeah,
and he is visiting his mom. Like, and that's all it really is to him.
yeah.
So,
I don't remember at what age, probably 15, 16. Whenever you start making your own friends and girls to run around with, is when I started not going weekends with my dad so much. And it wasn't because I
yeah,
didn't love my dad, it was because I had this life here and I want to, you don't think
that's
about it.
it.
You're like, dad will always be there. He's dad. It'll always
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. And I mean, I spent 2 summers with my dad. I spent multiple summers with my grandparents, and it never once crossed my mind like, oh, well, I'm not going to see my mom for a while.
Right.
That never, it was always, I'm going to go do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
so
call
I
mom
choose it.
if I get sad or lonely. But yeah.
Right, right.
Well, that's interesting too, because I was the same way. Not, I don't know, pretty much I go stay the weekends with my mom or with my dad or the summers with my dad. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna miss my mom so much. I wonder what my mom's doing. Or it's just like I'm doing this thing now. Mom's fine. Mom's mom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll just do what we can to keep the energy up and keep your head from spinning out.
I appreciate that, brother.
So,
So,
what do you got for Temple?
Temple.
Songs?
Yeah, Temple is an interesting song, man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so first of all, there's these neat little blasts of sound at the beginning that I didn't really, I was like, what is that? What is going
Mm-hmm.
on there? And at first I thought it was going to be about religion, but it's not really about religion. It's
Yep.
more about people falling apart than,
That's Yeah, I got that out of it too. I even wrote something kind of similar.
yeah. And the part where he says instead of holy water, you drink gasoline. I mean, that's heavy duty.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that line. That's a fire. See,
Yeah, that's a
again, from
great line.
Spotify. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great line.
yeah,
And there's several times where he said something, and of course I'm in the groove trying to where I'd be like, oh, that was a good line, fucking Spotify. Or I jump on the internet and try to find lyrics, and
Yeah, he's not super famous, so finding his lyrics aren't
oh,
easy.
he will be.
Yeah, yeah.
What else you got for song seven for Temple?
Yeah, I mean, just, the idea that, my body is a temple, my head is the church. It's just a cool way to like talk about, the cross is crooked and the windows are cracked, but what it's really talking about is, and he says multiple times, the church of the disillusioned.
Hmm.
He's just, I mean, obviously there is a religious connotation there. Like that's the church of the disillusioned. You're not happy, or you're not fulfilled by the mainstream church. But at the same time, I still think it's really more about human beings falling apart than anything else.
Yeah,
And I just
actually,
thought it was a cool song.
I like you said, I liked how he was descriptive about, the cross is crooked and the windows are cracked. Because to me, that's lived in. That's where people are going to celebrate their religion. A lot of people mourn it, I feel like, in churches. They're somber and a lot of fire and brimstone. And if you don't do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah,
Have they read that book? I've read that book. God, from what I can tell, wants you to love and praise and enjoy Him.
yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
big mega churches, to me, that's the disillusion. It's like, come on. And then when he talks about the little country church or or even how his body being the temple isn't the best. It's,
Yeah.
maybe my eyes don't work or maybe, I'm crooked, but it still serves its purpose, which at first I thought this was a praise song, which is fine.
Right,
Got nothing
right.
against it. But toward the end, I was like, is this a love song? Is it a hidden love song?
Right, right. It absolutely could be.
That's the neat thing we've talked about a couple times now about his lyrics. It's open to interpretation.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, especially this song. Like you already touched on the imagery. To me, that was my standout probably of the album.
Hmm.
Was I don't know if it's because when I saw the title, I love like old ruins and all that stuff. So I'm like,
Oh,
ooh,
sure.
temple, like Temple of Doom.
Uh,
So I psyched myself up. I'm like, it's gonna be great. And then I get into it and I was like, oh, this is actually really, really cool. Like
yeah.
the things he's saying are more profound than you would expect from what do you say? Is he 30?
Not even. He's like 28, 29, somewhere around there.
The imagery, the double entendre of the lyrics, the sound like blast, I guess was the best way you could put it. To me, it was like a almost like a pulse. You know what I mean?
Sure, 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 sure.
Almost like that kind of I'm sure have you been to like the churches that are like kind of the rock and roll churches, the big singing
Yes.
churches? I kind of naturally want to say the Southern black churches, they were
Right. Yeah, yeah,
giving.
absolutely. Yeah.
To me, that's what that sound was the pulse of it, the big of either the praise of God or
Right.
of the love interest. It's probably my favorite song on the album. It's just the imagery was cool. There's a bass line it just stays right where it needs to.
Yeah.
And for some reason, with a religious connotation song, I think that's important because I don't know if it's because of the low end, maybe drags emotions down, but that wasn't the case in this at all. The guy was just kind of reassuring, like the bass line. It was real interesting to try to put into words here because I put a bunch of words like holding it together or feeling like it absolutely needed to be there. I was trying to grasp it. Whatever the bass player's doing in this song, it's super important. And I don't
Yeah.
know why I focused in on the bass on this song. I don't know what made me think, oh, this is the whole song. Like whatever's going on with the bass, I felt was echoed in what he was saying. It was there was a couple times, especially with the when he would say one of these weird lines about his head being the steeple and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the bass was almost reaffirming his words.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I'm not a religious person at all.
Right.
I think you are a little more
I
than me.
am. Yeah, I am.
I know there's a God. That's the only part I know. Everything else is up for
Up for
debate and
debate.
discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
flying through it. So what do you
I
got
think,
going when you're listening to a praise song or a song that feels like it's definitely well, I mean, praise is the only way I kn excuse me, know how to call that music. Like shit, their song Flood, Jars of Clay,
oh,
or
sure.
who sang Cornerstone? But his other band was Full Devil Jacket.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't full
But
devil jacket, but
yeah, he was, born again or whatever. Good for
oh,
him.
the guy, the guy from Thrice
Yeah,
did a lot of Christian music.
really.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is a born again Christian, and he would actually incorporate Christian imagery
Hmm.
But he didn't want Thrice to become a Christian band, so he would
Right.
do his own solo stuff that was just full on, just like Christian music.
Well, there's a whole.
Dude, I'll send you one of his songs. He's got this one song called "It's Not Enough" that is just amazing.
I can see that. The couple songs I really like by them. It's just called Honey. I keep
Oh yeah, great
swimming.
song.
I love that song, and I just found another one. They're two different styles. Honey is more aggressive, but it's also
Right,
positive.
right.
And then whatever this other song is, it's got a long title, is a little more bigger. It's a little more,
Yeah, they started off as almost like a post metal or
yeah.
post metalcore band, like a post hardcore band.
That's what I knew them as. So I was like,
Yeah,
eh. Then I heard Honey, and I was like, oh, I like this. This jams, and I got the positive of it. The
yep,
There's that whole trend for a while. I don't know if it was straight edge or whatever it was, but there was a very positive movement in some of this heavier music. Thrice,
yeah,
even Poison the Well, really. Uh,
yep.
mm, I can't think
Dude,
of any.
it's funny because the keyboard player for Poison the Well
Hmm.
listens to a podcast that I listen to, and
Hmm.
he actually is a paid member of the podcast, so we're in the Discord together.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of funny. Just whenever I think about Poison the Well, I always think about Vadim. That's the guy that's freaking the keyboard player who listens to this podcast. It's just kind of weird how the world is. You know?
Yep. Well, the internet is such a, I don't know what the right wording is, and I know there's one out there, but for me, I'm going to say it's a double-edged sword. It
Yeah,
can bring people together, right? Because like you're saying, you get to maybe interact with, the guy from Poison the Well who you might not know.
yeah,
Plus, you and I get to do this. We get to learn about Jen Christie, and then we got to meet her,
yeah,
and then there's the other side of it, the darker kind of the algorithm of always pay attention to me, always give it all of your attention, and then
right, right,
it
right.
gets to the point where it's like, why would I go play with my friends when I can just why would I play a video game when I can watch somebody else play the video game?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to?
yeah. No, I do for sure.
Maybe it's just the duality of all things. I'm a big believer in basically the yin yang. You have to have light, you have to have dark. I can't describe what either of them actually are, good, evil, whichever words you want to put on it.
Right.
But
But one can't exist without the other.
correct. So maybe just when that comes out a lot in life, I something clicks in my brain. I'm like, oh, I know that. I get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weird. I don't know.
I don't know. It makes sense to me, man.
Well, you're weird too. So,
Yeah, I am weird too.
um, crap. You know what it is?
What's that?
It's because my taste in music sucks.
That could totally explain it.
Yep.
That could explain all of it.
I knew I'd get that in there somewhere. Speaking of not sucking, where are we at on
Yeah.
this?
Let's see. We are on Pulling Me Under.
Another interesting sound. Go if
Yeah.
you're ready, go ahead.
I mean, I thought this was the most modern sounding song on the album so far.
Did it give you a Rolling Stones kind of vibe?
Really?
It did me.
No. I thought it to me it was like metal. It was like a metal groove, a chugging riff. Um I thought that the guitars sounded really, really modern. Like, especially there was parts where the guitars were like chicka chicka ching, chicka chicka ching. Like that's so modern metal to me.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't get the Stones out of it at all. I thought it sounded like I don't know, freaking Shinedown.
Something at the beginning for the guitar tone, just Rolling Stones. And I don't
It's,
know why. It didn't carry through the whole song. It was just that kind of opening sound. I was like, man, this makes me think of how the Stones open a lot of songs. Think of like Start Me Up or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a lot of their songs start with that kind of guitar bit. And I
Right, sure.
it didn't hold out through the whole song. The song for me changed so much. I heard so many just I can't even say influences. It's more like this song, well, this whole album actually, but this song for sure could fit and be at home in almost any decade from maybe not the 70s or maybe later 70s, but
Right.
in the 80s till right now. This
Yeah, I
song
can see
could
that.
fit. So no Stones vibe, huh?
No, I didn't get it. I didn't catch it.
It was just right at the beginning. I don't, it was one
Huh.
of those flashes that made me think of the Stones. I don't know if it's the UK connection or I don't think it's a specific guitar tone. Like sometimes I can listen to, especially with blues bands, can almost start to tell which guitar they're using between
Oh, sure.
a Fender, uh, and a Gibson SG. Doesn't count when that's the classic red devil shaped
Right, right, right.
or a big hollow body.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't think it's fair with a hollow body because it's a hollow body. It's got its own,
Right, like reverb, like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. This song was just, and it wasn't all over the place. I don't want to say
That's
that.
very
It's
focused.
just timeless. That's a good way to put it. This song is kind of timeless.
It's funny because I thought it sounded really modern.
Hmm.
And not that it couldn't fit in other decades, but I thought that it sounded like something that someone would make for like a Z101 radio station right now.
Oh, it's very rock radio.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his influences coming through, and I just, at this point, I was so zoned in that, when kind of with an open mind, maybe I was just looking for something. I was like, oh, Stones. Or I don't know. But rock
Yeah.
radio, it's got to be somewhere. I can't think of
Yeah.
any in Indiana, but one of
Yeah.
these rock radio DJs, they need to get a hold of this because it's got everything people like about rock and roll.
Yeah. I would love to see internet radio come back at least, at least something come back where there's like someone programming some music, playing music that they think that you should hear, so people can discover music because algorithms suck.
I would love to be able to just take like an hour and play these. Maybe play Temple from this, and
Yeah.
then play something from Braden Stewart. Just kind of be
Yeah.
able to
Sure.
like, hey, everybody, if you listen to the podcast, you probably heard us talk about this next song. Now I get to let you hear it.
Right. 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 I mean,
But
well, dude,
go ahead.
I put together a 350 song power pop playlist.
Yes, you did.
I did that like last night and earlier today, just to just so like you could check it out if you wanted to. That's the whole reason I did that, dude.
Well,
It's just
it
like,
helped because as I was glancing through and I started seeing songs I know by bands I know, and I was like, I get it. Oh, that's what it's okay. Now I kind of get what power pop is.
yeah,
All Time Low was on there, I believe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like none of those bands are like necessarily my favorite bands, but that's my favorite style of music, like that punchy, emotional kind of. I don't know.
We all like what we like.
Yeah,
And maybe because it's got that upbeat kind of raw feel to it. And
yeah,
like you've discussed before, you kind of have like intrusive thoughts, bad OCD. So
right,
for you, you want to hear, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to visit nothing face, right?
right.
Because in your brain, you're like, "Nah, I live that. I don't need to feed that. I don't need to be with it."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So power pop makes sense. And I've said on here before, I wonder being a weird little emo wasn't a thing, but that's the
Yeah.
emo kid, if that's why I gravitated toward like the darker imagery music because I felt like the feelings and everything was explaining what was going on in here.
Right, right, right. Yeah, and I mean, right now I'm having a hard time with like dark media in general. Like, I had to stop watching From, and I don't know what happened on
I
the
need to
last
finish
three
that. That show's
episodes
so
of
good.
it. It is really good, but it's gonna be a minute before I go back to it because just right now, where my head is, the last season of The Boys has been terrible. Uh,
Ugh, I'm
but
so mad at that show
I still want to see the last three episodes just so I know
it
what
sounds
happens. But
because that show sucks so bad at the end. I have The Boys 1 and a special preview all signed and shit. I was like,
yes,
yeah, let The Boys get popular and I'll offload those comics, get something good out of it.
right,
Yeah,
right.
the value has gone straight down.
Yeah, people are like the way that this show ended sucked.
Yeah.
Dude,
I,
it felt like this last season they've just been doing gross stuff just for the sake of being gross. Like it didn't feel.
I've noticed a lot of shows are getting heavy-handed with their political views. Not
Fair.
in a good way,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the way they made it seem that Homelander is an allegory for Trump,
Right.
okay, maybe, but don't, if you want to do that, don't do it cheaply. Making Homelander an allegory for a human is just dumb. He should be
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's,
Storytelling's getting weird, man. I don't know
it
what it
is.
is. I don't know if it's just a shift in consciousness where politics is everywhere anymore. So if you're going to tell stories, I don't know. I kind
Yeah.
of get what you're
I
saying
mean,
about.
even I love Hacks. I thought Hacks was brilliant,
Hmm.
but that whole show was political.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that
I
whole
mean,
show.
yeah. I didn't finish it, but yeah,
Oh, dude, wait till you get to the end. If you're planning on finishing it,
I will.
the ending made me cry
Hmm.
like a baby girl.
I What's the last show that would have made me cry? You know what? I loved the book when I was younger, Call of the Wild.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, there's some parts with the dog, and I can't. man, I can't do dog death, dog violence. Probably
Yeah,
like people with kids, once you have that kid, you don't want to, you can
yeah,
feel
no.
what that would be like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like dark stuff though. I'm enjoying Lord of the Flies on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think I'm watching that.
Probably not. To me,
Yeah.
it's survival stuff, so I'm
Right,
not in
right,
that
right.
position, but I also don't, I have a different weird brain than you do.
Yeah, and we watched Lord of the Flies as kids in high school.
It's filmed in a way that when it's focusing on the characters, like the main ones that you would know, it
Right,
shifts perspective a bit. So you're getting more of the thoughts and the movements and it's done really well, but
right.
I can understand why you wouldn't want nothing to do with it because it
Yeah,
gets
especially not
dark.
right now, man. It's just not. There's the kid that they call Piggy, right?
Uh-huh.
So I remember even, and this would be, probably the 1970s or 80s version of the Lord of the Flies movie.
There
I
was
don't
one
know.
in the 80s.
Okay, so it'd probably be the 80s version. I remember when they kill him. I don't ever want to see that again.
Mm,
And I definitely don't want to see a 2026 version of that,
right.
because I'm sure it's so much worse. So,
I guess it depends on how, for me, how the story's being told,
yeah.
because from what I remember of the movie, the one from the 80s, it's fast pacing,
Right, right,
whereas the
right.
book isn't. So
Yeah.
you get to, and neither is this new show, you get to see why the ones that end up killing him, you're seeing them kind of go crazy. And
Yeah.
what is that? You know what I mean? That always happens in groups. If you leave them alone like that, it almost always turns into the Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least narratively it does.
Is that because people like can't be wrong or need to be in charge?
I think that it's because once there's one person who is in charge, they have to constantly prove that they're in charge.
Mm,
It's a constant like, but what if they're wrong? No, I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? It's constantly like,
I do. And it's usually someone with an ego instead of like a natural born leader. Like
right, right, right.
there's guys out there like do you know who Jocko is? He's a
No.
Navy SEAL leader, captain, trainer. So he's a bad MFer.
Okay.
He's a natural leader, which means
Right.
he knows how to get you to follow him. It's not, you will follow me because I effing said so. And
Right.
it seems like people who want to lead are the Lord of the Flies type.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And maybe it's harder to find somebody that's just like, I mean, I'll lead because I got to, but that doesn't make me better than you. I'm not your leader. I'm just the
Right.
guy that's in charge of this.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's just like Yellow Jackets, right? Like,
I love that.
like I mean, I'm iffy on the show.
How far in are you?
I'm as far as they've
Yeah,
gotten.
I
Yeah.
see what you mean. That last season got a little too raw girl power.
Yeah.
Like the whole healing bit, which is cool. When people do that, great. But that wasn't what drew me to the show.
Right. Right.
I
I
love
was
what's her name anyway? Have Christina Ricci. She's been
oh
my
sure.
Hollywood crush or whatever for a bazillion years.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think she's gorgeous. And
Yeah,
she's a
it's
great actress.
attractive girl, yeah. I was drawn to the show hoping that the island would be crazy. Like that's
It
what
might be.
I wanted the island to have like or not the island, but wherever they are, up in the woods. The
Hmm.
forest. The forest. I wanted the forest to have some kind of supernatural powers. And
I
that's
think it
what
still
was
does.
You
You feel
think?
like it's already given away that it hasn't?
Yeah. I feel like it's already given away that the girls are just nuts.
I don't know. When they start, what was it, the third season where they're like, holy shit, we're gonna have to kill somebody. If not, it's people will start dying.
Yeah.
So I see what you mean. I still think that there's something going on up there that it's not a Lord of the Flies situation. It's going to be something else.
Yeah.
But maybe that's wishful thinking because when you somebody else says it, I'm like, he might be right. It might be what do they call that? Unreliable narrative.
Right. Unreliable narrators. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, they ate the coach. That was kind of damn,
yeah,
you know? Spoiler alert, but they eat the coach.
yeah. I
It's like, shit, man.
At this point, I don't like to spoil shows for people, but
Yeah.
we're talking about it. Skip ahead. Both our listeners are what going to get mad that we spoiled a show they might not be watching.
Right.
Man, I just think of when you were talking about eating the coach, what
Yeah.
what would it take? What does that do to you? Like, I understand you're starving. I
Yeah.
understand why you did it. I'm not
Right.
I'm not putting that into play. Whatever, you had to. But what that would I would think that just fuck your brain.
Yeah. Well, and you know what they say too, right? They say that cannibalism makes you insane.
Right, you're not supposed to be eating humans.
Yeah. And even like animals that eat their young or whatever are kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to eat your own species. It does something weird to
Isn't
your
that where something to do where Mad Cow came from? That prion
yeah,
disease?
yeah, something about that. But
I
like
was
gerbils and stuff, gerbils are freaking insane.
and those I was telling Jesse about those little Q cababeras,
Oh yeah, capybaras, yeah.
the little things that throw their young at predators.
Craziness.
She didn't even know what they were. So she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, they look like cute little teddy bears, and you want
Yeah.
to touch them, love them, and hold them. And their defense mechanism is to throw their young.
I didn't even know that they did that. That's crazy. Because Casey loves capybaras.
Yeah, I may Google it later. Hopefully I'm wrong, but
Yeah. He has a
there's
stuffed capybara named Cappy that he loves.
there's this I was listening to this podcast and it gets a little out there, but it
Right.
ties into what we're talking about cannibalism.
Yeah, yeah.
Something about eating the human is like super bad juju, bad
Right.
magic to get you
Right.
away from God because the
Oh
perfect
wow.
creation and if we think about it, our bodies
Yeah.
full of all kinds of chemicals.
Oh sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of was it some Native American tribes believed that if you at least ate the heart of your enemy, you would get like powers or
Hours. Yeah. Yeah.
it gets weird, man. Something
Yeah.
about
Yes.
eating people isn't is
Not
deeper
it's not
than
good.
just not right. There's
Yeah.
something in there that it's like, hey, that's life trying to tell you, don't effing do this.
Yeah, yeah. And Dan Byrne, if you ever hear this podcast, I don't know what happened, my friend. But
All right. He's got a really good point. We get off on these tangents. Let's
no,
pull it
I
on
was just
back
thinking, I
to
was just sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, how did we go from talking about this awesome freaking album?
Yellow Jackets,
Yeah,
Lord of the
yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Flies.
we
We're
were
just
talking
talking
about
about what we were.
politics. We were talking about politics and TV shows going off the rails and Yellow Jackets, and then man,
Well, that's usually what we do, but usually it's song related. But this album is it's to me, it's a positive album.
It
So it
is.
doesn't really bring up any weird conspiracies or any real weird moments to make you go, oh, holy shit. Well, there are holy shit moments,
Right,
but it's
right,
not
right.
like in a mind fuck sort of way.
Yeah. Even
Where,
the next song, which is called Hate Me,
uh-huh.
is not really a negative song.
No,
Yeah.
I
So,
wrote something funny for that too.
oh, what'd you say?
This is rock and roll that grunge didn't make dirty and sad.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's exactly what I thought. There's no grunge in this at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
None.
No. And I actually said that this is a big rock song. So, kind of the same thing, you know?
Yeah. This
Big rock song.
this is what could have been coming on the radio and stuff if grunge hadn't done whatever it did.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that I think about it, I believe it was done on purpose because everybody loves the grunge. Give me that next. Give me that next.
Right, right, right,
And
right, right.
bands like this that were, or they might not have been around, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
but
kind of just
same style
straight,
of it.
yeah, the record, again, that's why I say fuck Spotify because algorithm is the same thing. They were just like, we
Yep.
need the next Nirvana. Instead of going, hey, this is a good rock record. People need to hear it. It kind of got
Right. Right.
pushed to the side.
Well,
I
there's
bet
been
that
like,
didn't, what?
oh, no, go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Sorry.
I bet that didn't happen in the UK.
It may not have. I don't know. I know that there have been, studies about that time in music and how like basically there was all of these pop music and rock music, like hard rock,
Hmm.
nothing but a good time type stuff. And that people were wanting to pivot away from it. And so they found sad music. And basically all of a sudden everything had to be either sad or really heavy
Hmm.
or, some kind of a thought provoking type of thing. And then that got its time. And then pop music kind of blew up again. Boy bands.
Did it blow up or was it forced on us?
I mean, either way,
To me, if it blew up, where grunge blew up, people are still listening to STP, all that. Are people still listening to NSYNC?
People still listen to Justin Timberlake.
He kind of Manchurian candidated his way on into real music. He
Fair.
started doing stuff that was different than just that packaged. Maybe it's authenticity.
Yeah.
When grunge did whatever it did to bands like Poison and all that, it's because were Poison really that authentic?
See, here's the thing. I kind of think they were. I think that Poison, I don't like Poison personally as a band.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
like
either.
it. But I think those guys were absolutely out there banging chicks and getting drunk and staying out all night. I think they were doing that. Um, so I
Yeah,
think there was an authenticity. I think it was just it was
presentation.
the, yeah, or the wrong message. Like, you can only party for so long, I guess.
Right.
And the 80s was the big party decade,
Hmm.
And then I think that once the 90s started rolling around, people were kind of like, maybe we don't want to party so much anymore.
Right.
And then even the more serious, well, some of the more serious hard rock bands survived. You know,
Like
eh, well, uh, even if it was only by reputation, Guns N' Roses, you know.
fair, but they were the exception, not the rule.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That like the majority fell away. but some of the legacy people like Aerosmith and Kiss, kept on doing their thing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was over. Like, even if you did have a certain amount of street to your music, you were done.
Yeah, Motley Crue,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're a good band. Well, they have a terrible singer.
They
Fuck
were a
off.
good band with a terrible singer. Yeah.
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 I'm done pretending. I know we don't want to poop on anybody. I am not a fan of Vince Neil.
Right.
Um, there's songs where he serves the song and it's fine.
Yeah.
But as overall, he's not good.
Yeah. It's just not,
But
you know.
he's an example of what I think what we're kind of dancing around here. He didn't want to stop being the party guy. And
Right. Right.
look at him now. He's a character. He seems to be a caricature of that party guy.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I've seen, Vince Neil out, videos of Vince Neil out, and it just looks sad.
Yeah.
You know,
I've seen him live. It's sad.
I'm not interested. But
Uh, man, I don't know if I bought any Motley Crue tickets. I think it
right.
was my buddy Don being like, "Hey, these tickets are cheap. He loves Motley Crue. Go with me." Like, yeah, man, live music. I'm in.
Okay.
So same with boy, Kiss. When I saw them for free, and
Oh,
I still got charged too much.
wow, really?
Yeah, it was at the state fair, so none of the stuff I wanted to see.
Yeah.
None. I want if I
It's crazy that Kiss even played a state fair. Like, how the hell did that happen?
it's been quite a few years, but they fell off, man. They
Yeah.
became a joke,
Fair. Yeah.
which isn't, man, I don't know if it's fair or not. I don't know. Kiss are their own little thing. I love the comic booky aspect of it and all of that,
Yeah.
but then that kind of turned into a machine.
Yeah.
It's the
Definitely.
WWE. It's what's happening to the WWE right now. Turned
Right.
into a machine, and that machine just keeps rolling, whether people like it, don't like it, because if when you roll on to the next town, it's a whole new group of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after a while, you're going to run into that problem that Kiss ran into, that Motley Crue ran into. It falls apart. It
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kiss is done now, so, you know.
Well, yeah, Ace passed away.
Yeah, but I mean, even before that, they had stopped.
Did they finally call it quits?
Yeah, they finally called it quits.
They
I
had
mean,
like 7 years of finale tours, so I didn't know
yeah.
when they were actually.
Yeah, Paul Stanley is like 79.
He's
So,
pretty interesting. He was on Rogan
yes.
quite a few years back, and I was surprised. I'm whatever. I was just surprised how interesting of a guy he is. He's more of an artist
Yep.
than his music lets on.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
But are they power pop
They
Kiss?
definitely have some power pop in their music for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, a lot happens. I don't know if it's people getting older, if us, the listeners, as we get older, our tastes change, our understanding of life changes. Like you said,
Right.
I don't, I don't want to hear girls, girls, girls. I just don't. I don't relate
Yeah,
to it.
no interest in it. Yeah.
No, it's all the things you associate with it. I'm done with. You
Yeah.
know, I was never a womanizer. I mean, if anybody watching the video podcast aren't going to be surprised there, but girls, 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 strip club song,
Yeah.
dude, I don't like to be touched. I'm weird at strip clubs. I haven't been to one in friggin' 15, 18,
Yeah.
a long time.
I haven't been to a strip club since Q's what do you call it? Wedding
Bachelor.
party. Bachelor party. Thank you. Yeah. I
So
did go to a strip club with Sabu. So that was cool.
I wrestled in a strip club.
Nice, nice.
There weren't any strippers at the time. It was just
It's
empty.
just the empty strip club.
No, it was a bar.
Okay.
It was what I was thinking in my head was Jed. He
Yeah.
did a show in a strip club that the stories he told me about it later were pretty funny, so they kind of stuck in my head. And I
Right.
listened to some dives.
Yeah,
You know the business. So
I know, man.
I think that's bringing it all back to like Dan Byrne. I think that's why
Yeah.
this music is so accessible because it's not um you don't have to be a certain thing to listen to
Right.
this
Right.
because I mean he there's some religion talk in there. There's definitely positive toward his probably wife or girlfriend or at least his view on women
Yeah.
positive and most people that's what they are, they don't
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. I think I'd have to find a way to ask a whole bunch of people. That way, like, are there any huge Motley Crue fans still?
I'll bet there is, man.
I don't know. If anybody listen to this, if you're still a big fan of like Motley Crue or Poison or those type of bands that think of as inauthentic or representing something that's already passed, let me know and then tell me why you still like it. Is it a
Yeah.
nostalgia thing? Is it a I wish I was sexy? I wish I was, hard street in my leather? Or is it I just like the bass? I like the drums.
Right. 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 I mean, I'll still listen to Bang Tango, you know.
Are they one of those bands?
Yeah. Yeah. They were, I mean, they were in that scene. They were a little more interesting in my opinion, but
They weren't Rat.
see, I like Rat. I actually will still listen to Rat too.
Okay, what do you like about them? Like,
About Rat?
yeah,
Well, first of all, I like the fact that they never had a real ballad. All of their songs had a certain heaviness to them.
yeah.
Um, I like the voice. I like Stephen Piercy's voice. Uh, and I don't know, like loving you's a dirty job, but I'm the man to do it. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, and yeah, the melodies, man, round and around.
I
I don't
like
know.
Round and Round, yeah.
Yeah, just the melodies are really great.
To me, they fit their name. It's not memorable. It's a rat out there feeding on scraps and doing
Eh,
weird, shady stuff. And that's just perception. It's they're not bad musicians. The guy's got a good voice for the style. I don't know. Evidently, I have a problem with glam and 80s music for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. There's some of that stuff that I just don't like, but the stuff that I listened to in the 80s, I will still listen to it. Um, you know,
You're older than me too, so that might
yeah,
have something to do with it. Like
yeah.
that's what you had. So
Right, right.
like for me, it was when grunge, I was like, well, this is what I have. So I wonder how much of that is that personality thing that I've talked about a bunch, where when you find your thing, it's especially in music, it's so like almost tribal. No, I'm a metalhead. Screw
Right, right,
Bon
right,
Jovi.
right. It'd be like somebody in their 60s saying that they don't like music that was made in the 70s. I wouldn't understand.
Right. You
I'd
know
be
what I
like,
don't understand? That's a fun music conversation.
what's that?
People that say like the 70s or the 80s was the best time for music.
People
No,
do say stuff like that.
I don't retards. And here's why. Now is the best time for music. Right
Oh,
this instant. Because all of that's already out there.
yeah, it's all there. Yeah,
And then tomorrow, new stuff is gonna come in.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always like that's always bugged. Have you never heard people say that? Oh,
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
I
me,
actually have to think about it, like what was the best decade as far as what produced the best music, and I don't know. I really,
yeah, you can't. That's like saying who's the best guitar player ever.
yeah.
Okay,
Jimi
Hendrix,
Hendrix.
but Dimebag Darrell's better than Hendrix.
Hey, hey, hey,
No,
hey.
no, hang on. That's because he was able to build off of what Hendrix already did, and Hendrix was taken away from us too young.
Man, I guess. I don't know, dude.
Well, I mean that's the argument that I'll make
Yeah. I
because
mean, no, I get your point, though. I get your point.
personally, Stevie
But
Ray
I,
Vaughan's better than Hendrix.
oh, wow.
But Hendrix was unique and inventive. That's like saying Madonna's better than Prince.
Yeah.
I mean, you might like her better, and she has some songs, but
Yeah,
Prince
no way.
is,
Yeah, there's no way.
yeah, it's a thing. It's
Yeah,
Prince is Prince.
right.
Jimi Hendrix is Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray
I,
Vaughan is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
yeah. I just feel like with Jimi Hendrix, even in the limited amount of time that he had, like everything that he did was flawless.
Oh gosh. Well,
You know, it's just like, I don't know.
it wasn't flawless. And that's where the fun is
Right.
because what he was doing was so like wild and the way he was living or expressing through that guitar,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't recreate that. You couldn't. I mean, maybe you could. There's probably some great studio musicians out there.
Right. Who
I
could
don't
play
think you can recreate Jimi Hendrix.
I don't think he could either. I think that would be impossible.
He's one of those legends, the archetypes, the pillars of music.
Yeah.
And there's only a few of those, really. If we're going to talk about who are the pillars of music, we're going to talk guitar, you get Hendrix.
Yeah.
Vocally, you might have to say Freddie Mercury.
Sure. I'll take it.
Drums, either Neil Peart or Jason Bonham, John Bonham.
Down bottom. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know about bass. Les Claypool,
Maybe. Yeah.
but vocally, man, I don't know. Janis Joplin was so like she's the
Yeah.
perfect example of this. You wouldn't put her in the top 10 singers of all time.
Right. But her gravitas,
Yeah.
or, you know,
Yeah, that thing.
yeah.
I don't know. I think that that type of music is just different than, let's say, Dan Byrne, because the way he constructs it in his head and
Yeah.
the way it comes out so perfect is way different than whatever Janice was doing, whatever Jimmy
Sure.
was doing. And it's not because he's a better player or a worse player. It's maybe it's the delivery and the intention behind it.
Right.
Because this guy can sing. My God, the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
he does it several times on this record where it blows any of those American Idol type talents away.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
But he doesn't fall into that trap of somebody like, let's say, an Adam Lambert. That guy can sing,
Right.
but no matter what he does, it's he's singing, and then everybody else gets to play with him. Where
Right. Right.
Dan is like, I'm just singing with the music, and it's so well delivered, and it's so like the notes. I like, evidently, I like this album a lot, just because
Yeah. It's a great album.
it really was, and it's not negative at all. Even the song we're talking about, "Hate Me," it wasn't a negative song.
No, it was not.
You got more for that? Why we're
Yeah, I mean, well, I said, there's the tension builds throughout the song, and then it just kind of collapses in the last minute. like almost right at the minute mark, there's a little instrumental part, and then it goes into like a heavier ending.
Yeah,
And I just thought that was neat. I thought it was really well constructed.
I did too. The whole album is well constructed. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Marty did it too. It's like
Yes.
perfect use of the 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't
Actually.
know if that's just classic rock radio. You know, your song's got to be 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Or maybe if you're getting right to the point. I
Yeah.
don't
And I
really
mean,
have much more for Hate Me. Um, thought it was well delivered. There were some drum parts on this one that
yeah. Yeah.
kind of piqued my ear. I was like, what did he just do? It wasn't like a fill, but it was more like, I don't know. It wasn't flashy or nothing. It served the song perfectly, but it's like the notes he chose to hit were like, wait, what? How did you go from there in perfect time?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Drummer doesn't hit too hard. You know,
No, he doesn't.
drummers beat their drums and you can really, and it's a cool sound. Like
Mhm.
John Bonham, he's beating the hell out of those drums.
Yeah. Yeah.
This drummer knows.
Or Keith Moon. Keith Moon used to beat his drums to death,
Yep.
and you could hear it.
I wonder if it's a different it's the cultures, right? Because if this was an American blues rock band, there would be more guitar solo because that's what they all do. There would be more ego or at least concentration on the individual players
Yeah.
because that's what is part of the American style is showing off a little bit. Where
Right. Right.
this album doesn't show off. It's great and it's delivered, but it's not show off. There's no flash. There's no candy. There's no. This album is a steak. It's
Yeah.
steak. Who doesn't love a good steak? It's
Mhm.
hearty. You feel good about it. You, consuming this album wasn't like consuming the Nothing Face album, where I
Right.
was like,
Right.
man, wow, what do I feel about that? What did those guys feel?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know what he felt. I related to it. I was outside in the sun listening to
Yes.
it. It's
Yeah.
this is family barbecue rock and roll. It's anti-kid rock. It's
Yeah.
just a well-delivered album. Again.
Yeah. Man. So,
Alrighty.
so home,
Yep.
man. So for home, I said, it's finally just showcases his voice for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and then it gets big again. But it keeps on bringing it back.
Yep.
And then I said, missing home, missing love, being on the road. Is anywhere really home? And then I said that ending the album on 20 seconds of his voice was an excellent choice.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got going on here. I knew if your last song is called Home, I like a good last song when it's planned and it's take it. I wrote that's what I wrote. Let's take it home, boys. To
Yeah.
me, that's what I was looking for was all right, let's close the show. Let's take, determined wrestling. Let's take it home.
Yep.
It was great. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted. I loved the big choir sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that element. By the time it was over, I was like, oh, I wish they would have done that a little bit
A
more.
little more. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I just wrote, thank you for listening to Happy Well Adjusted Snake. Good night. I
That's
mean, I got
awesome.
other points on the album, but
Yeah.
what else could I say? It was the musicianship was great. The sound is again timeless.
Yep. I really just like I said, I love the way that it started out with just his voice and a piano, and then
Mhm.
the song would get big, but then it would come back to that, just his voice and the piano again. And then,
There were a couple other songs where I thought there were some keys going on.
yeah,
I don't know exactly what the setup would have been. Like this song, you could pretty much tell is at least the sound of a piano if it's not an
yeah,
actual.
for sure. Yeah.
But there were some other songs where there was like this almost background kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some keyboards happening in there somewhere.
Made me think of Clutch have a live album and a couple other albums where they had a keyboard player and
Oh,
it kind
nice.
of it's not like the traditional piano like say in well Motley Crue's
Right, Home Sweet Home.
right, but it was like sounds that fit in with the music instead of just like tink tink tink, tink piano playing. It was more like that kind of 80s, right, that kind of 80s keyboard where it's almost making ambient sound. That's not the
Yeah.
right word, but it's not
Like an atmospheric kind of.
right. And it's subtle. So it's not subtle in this song at all. So I don't know
Right,
if they have a keyboard player or if they just used one in the studio.
right, right.
They didn't lean on it. A lot of, especially a lot of rock bands that play this kind of style, lean a little bit on the keyboards too much,
Right.
I
Yeah,
think.
it doesn't sound like Europe.
Right, right. Thank you. Right. Sound more like Fleetwood Mac using what's her name? McVeigh.
Christine McVie, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she knew how to serve the song.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, you got any final thoughts on the album? Anything?
I mean, just it's a great album. It's not long. If you got 40 minutes, take the 40 minutes and listen to this thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pop this in the summer. Open your windows. Grill out. Yeah, have your friends over.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. That's what I wrote too. Great rock album. The singer, man, there were some times when he really belted out the notes and stuff without being, Mariah Carey or these type of bands that really focus on that kind of power vocal, which is weird for how good his voice is.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, he has a great voice. The band does their job. I mean,
Yep.
it's just, yeah, it's just good music, man.
I bet it transfers live so
Yeah.
well. And I
I
think
checked
that's,
out,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, I checked out some Marty and the Punch live stuff, and it's
Uh-huh.
really cool. It's
And
really,
that's a throwback too to bands like Fleetwood Mac or whatever. You hear it in studio, I'm sure it's a well polished, it's a great song, but you need to hear it live so you can, well, so it can come to life.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Straight rock and roll record, no gimmicks, no glamming it up,
Yeah,
nothing. This is
it's
just
good music,
straight up
man.
rock and roll, son.
Yeah, it's just good music.
Yeah. So it kept you in a good, positive headspace, which is where you need to stay. I guess that
Yeah.
leads us to what do we do next?
What do we do next? I mean, we could do the Jeffrey Gaines record next if you want. That
Is
we
that the one
revisit.
we skipped for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to because
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, well, I'll check that out.
All
Um,
right.
what else musically you got going on? Music sneaking up in your life? Any?
Not really, man. Like I said, I just made that Power Pop playlist, so that consumed a lot of time.
I'm the
It was,
same way. I'm
yeah,
grinding, right? Or being ground down right now. So it's not like which that's why this album, I think maybe why I gravitated to it so well because I was outside and the sun was shining and it was just I think it was the last show or for us or maybe something I just said to you. I like it when you find what you need in
yeah,
music.
yeah,
Like I didn't know I needed this, but I did.
definitely.
And I really, that's something special. That's the magic that I can't describe. How do you tell somebody that I needed this album? I don't never heard it before. We had just heard the singer on another album,
Right,
but
right.
once the album was over, I was like, that's what I needed. My outlook was good for the rest of the day. It did what good music does. It lifted me up. It put me in a good mood. It made me think, oh, yeah, sometimes some things suck, but you know what? Yeah, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Did it do that for you, or was it what you
I
got going
mean,
on so overwhelming?
dude, honestly, like I'm not in a good headspace right now at all,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So any moments where I can find goodness are cool.
I know
Um,
what you mean. Yeah.
but yeah, this medicine is making me sleepy all the freaking time. And not just sleepy, but like physically worn down.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get beyond that. But
Yeah. I actually wrote something about that in my notes, but I decided to leave it alone. Whatever's going on with my injury, it
yeah,
really takes all of my attention. It
yeah,
breaks up, it broke up a couple songs because I'd be like, all right, I gotta take some aspirin, or I gotta move around, or oh God, that sucked.
yeah, yeah,
And I don't know what that is. Is that our bodies, our minds, or whatever, telling us none of that other stuff is important right now? This is important, whether it's something we can fix either, however they end up fixing me, or what you're trying to do with your headspace.
yeah. I don't know, man. All I know is I love the fact that there's still music that I can enjoy even when I'm where I'm at. You know, I listened to a nice power pop compilation, and then I listened to this band. I think they're called Women and Children. They're like a dance punk band, and they're really really good.
Dance, punk.
Yeah,
I don't, it, it doesn't
it's
compute.
yeah, it's just this weird thing that they called bands that like were kind of from New York City who played music that you could dance to, but it had guitars in it. They called it dance punk.
To me, when you say dance, I think dance, like either with a girl or
Or
with, I don't, dance music is club music, is, Usher. And so saying
yeah,
dance, punk, it doesn't,
yeah, I get what you're saying. It's kind of funny because the band even be called Men, Women, and Children. But either way, it's a cool little album. But it's funny because John Barker and I were having a
Mhm.
conversation once, and I was telling him how my favorite dance album or my favorite dance band was New Order, and
Okay.
he was like, New Order's not a dance band. What are you talking about?
That's it's where P-Boy, I Believe I Can Fly. R. Kelly, no. Bobby Brown came from New Order.
No, that's New Edition.
New Edition. Okay.
New Order is the British band that used to be Joy Division.
Okay.
Bizarre Love Triangle, that kind of stuff.
I didn't like Joy Division.
Oh, yeah,
I
Joy Division.
missed that whole thing. The Cure,
I
Joy
don't know.
Division. Where'd Morrissey come from?
Same thing. Smiths.
Smith. Yep.
Yeah.
All of that. I missed all of that. I don't know why. Maybe I wasn't that emo.
Right.
I don't know. I
Well,
think,
plus it was very early 80s too, and
and
late
I like
70s. So,
guitars, driving. I like stuff that to me feels alive. I evidently
yeah.
like beats and grooves, and I felt like The Cure. I just, for most of their music, I respect them greatly. And there's even one song I'd put up on the top of my lists, but it was all sad to me.
It was all sad. Yeah. I just don't like Robert Smith's voice. Like, I
You're not
just
wrong.
can't deal with his voice, dude.
Except for Burn. Burn rules. I will. Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
Smiths.
Every
Yeah,
time
you're
I
talking about.
fall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's from the Crow soundtrack, and obviously
Right.
that whole mythos
Right.
is important to me. I mean, I got a Crow tattoo, comics, the whole nine yards. So
Yeah.
no, no, you know what? I don't have to make excuses. That's a good song.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's a good song, man. They also do a really cool cover of Purple Haze.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will look that up because again, does not compute.
Yeah. Yeah. It's strange, dude. But yeah, they
I
do. They
love
do.
covers.
Yeah. Me
Love them.
too. Me too.
But my caveat is don't just remake the song.
Yeah.
Give me something. Do something with it. Don't just be like, now we sound like Fleetwood Mac. Nah, strip it down.
Hmm.
Or I've heard
Right.
guys sing it that it's like, all right, give me something different.
Yeah. It's funny because there's this book called People You Meet on Vacation.
Hmm.
And they made it into like a Netflix movie. But there's a part in there where they're driving and the guy says that he hates covers. And she's like, "What do you mean you just hate all covers? How do you just hate all covers?" And he's like, "Because there's two reasons. It's either never gonna be as good as the original, or they're just going to play it exactly the same as the original. So you might as well just listen to the original." And I
Wrong.
disagree with that. Right. I disagree with that.
Oh, you can say
But
you disagree. I will tell you that guy is wrong. There's no need to disagree. He's wrong
yeah.
because I can just off the top of my head. Did you listen? I probably played it in the car. There's a cover of Audio Slave's Getaway Car.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That it's Blacktop Mojo, and that's their song now.
Yes.
The other
Yeah. Yeah. It
song
sounded really
might
good.
as well not exist.
I mean, dude, Kids in America by the Muffs is way better than Kids in America
Yeah,
by
I
Kids.
forget that that's not their song.
Right. Right.
And I'm not a fan of most punk music, so the Muffs, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I until you brought it up, if you'd have told me if you'd have played it, I'd been like, yeah, they wrote that. That's their song.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Dude, when I interviewed Ronnie Barnett, he said, "Well, that's our song."
Yeah,
He said that. He was like, "We bought Kim Wilde a house by covering that song because she gets money from
right.
them playing the song." So
But I get that too, because I've said you and I talking or on the show or however you want to word that many times that I can hear different arrangements in songs. And I don't mean it disrespectfully. I just mean it. I love this song so much that I would love to put me on it and then see not me as a singer, but you know what I mean, my
yeah,
fingerprint
yeah,
on
just
the
your spin
idea.
on it. Yeah,
Right. And it's not because I want to be or I don't want to be that band. It's just that song it's inspiration and I
yeah,
want to show the world how it inspired me. That's a good cover.
yeah, for sure. But dude, I was gonna say the funny thing is about that New Order thing. John said New Order wasn't dance music because
Hmm.
he said to him, dance music is like and he started talking about the bands that you would think of as dance music, like Usher and
Motown, the
yeah,
Tops, the Four
yeah.
Seasons.
Well, I don't even think he was going there. I think he was talking about like Usher and Britney Spears and like just dance
Right.
like music that you would hear in a club where there's like a bunch of white girls, whatever. I don't know.
Right. I was a bartender for years. We could go on about those
Yeah,
songs. Little
but to
John and the
me,
East Side Boys, Yin Yang Twins.
yeah, right, yeah, yeah, yeah. But to me, there's all different kinds of dance music. You know, like to me, the Talking Heads are kind of dance music. So
because
it's
of
just
the driving rhythm.
right, right, the rhythm to it. Yeah.
Didn't you tell me you have not watched Stop
Stop
Making
making
Sense?
sense. I watched it when I was a kid.
Watch it again, man. It'll
Yeah.
be good for you right now because it's not going to drag you down at all.
Right.
And the way now we absorb music is different than it used to be. Used to be I just listened to a song, hey, I like it. Now it's like, all right, let me sit with this song. Let me hear the lyrics. Let me hear the bass. Let me hear the delivery.
Yeah.
So that that might be one of the best live, at least video performances I have ever seen.
Yeah. I remember MTV used to show it every once in a while, and I caught it on MTV when I was a kid.
It's on HBO Max, so if you have
Wow.
access,
I
you get
do.
time and you're in the mood to actually watch a live,
Concert.
give that a watch, especially with
I'll
your
check it
headspace
out.
right now. So you'll get some good music, and of course that version of "Take Me to the River" is great.
Oh yeah. Take me to the
Yeah,
river.
that's probably yeah, that's definitely my favorite Talking Head song.
It's a good tune.
Yeah,
I
but it's
like
not. Go
Girlfriend
ahead.
is Better. I think that's a great song.
It's a better is a better representation of the Talking Heads. Take Me to the River is just a song. It's constructed normally. It's good and it got David Byrne right
Yeah.
all over it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much a rock song or a straightforward. Here's the radio song where a lot of their other stuff is weirder. Like this is not my beautiful.
Oh, Once in a Lifetime.
Okay, I was gonna say Days Go By. It's called Once in a Lifetime.
Yeah.
Or Psycho Killer. Those are better
Right. Psycho Killer is strange though.
representations.
Half of that song is in French.
Yeah,
It's just like,
I
but
used to.
yeah, I don't know. I like Girlfriend is Better. I love the at the beginning and then hi, who took the money? Who took the money away? I just like how he does that with his voice, how he modulates it up and down. I think it's freaking cool.
Wait till you see the way he moves.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he moves on purpose.
Oh, for sure.
I know you know about the suit, right? He does
Right, of
something weird
course.
in a suit. I think that's for a video. He kind of
Yeah.
does it. It's cool. You just get time to watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
I think I like things that make you think, right? That's why I like Yellow Jackets or um, the Talking Heads or Tool. It's because there's some thought provoking there,
Yeah.
which is kind of done me a disservice, at least growing up, because I missed out on bands like American Aquarium or uh, other genres where I'd be like, oh, this is too simple. It doesn't do
Yeah.
nothing for me.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm weird.
Everybody's weird, man.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I grew up listening to AM radio. So
There's nothing on
it's
AM
awful.
radio.
Well, but when I was a kid, there was. AM radio was well, I grew up with the switchover from AM to FM.
Right. You just
So it was kind of everything was getting thrown at the ball.
I don't remember like I remember the radio, of course, but I don't
Yeah.
remember AM ever having anything other than basketball games.
Oh, man. So in the late 70s, AM radio still had a lot of stuff on it. And you could still listen to especially like oldie stations and stuff like that, even into the 80s. But
A lot of churchy stuff. AM radio could always run into sermons, I guess you'd call them, or country talk related stuff. The more I think about it, especially growing up, now I know
yeah,
the difference, but
yeah,
I wouldn't even been able to tell you the point of AM radio. Like, what's the point of it? why is it even called AM radio? What's the
Oh yeah, that has something to do with the frequencies. I can't remember what, but
is it like
it was like something modulations.
locally and FM is bigger?
I think that was kind of what happened with FM radio. Like FM radio was an expansion, so they had more power.
Okay, that makes sense.
But in the beginning, all you had was radio. You didn't have AM or FM. You just had radio, and then they switched to AM radio and FM radio. And FM radio in the beginning barely had anything on it, and AM radio had everything. But then it
I think
slowly,
radio kept me from being so lonely, because I was awkward and didn't do social anything well, and whatever was going on in my brain, I think the radio kept me from feeling alone, you know what I mean? Because you just turn on and listen to the radio
yeah, for sure.
and read comic books.
Yeah, definitely. I was the same way, man.
Yeah. Well, for anybody listening or watching or whatever, here's what I wonder. If that kind of growing up, that kind of weird, deeper feeling that we both had is what helped us become such music lovers because we felt it. We needed it. Or uh, for me, it was like music would say the things that I didn't know how to say. So I wonder how many people that grew up at least strange in their mind. I had a great childhood. You did not. Are
Right.
the same way.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I can't leave the house without music playing.
I would
Like,
have everything to music.
yeah, I used to carry a radio with me, and now I get to have a radio in my pocket.
Yeah.
But I never didn't have like a Walkman or a boombox, ever.
Being
Like,
allowed to listen to radio makes is an instant plus for jobs. Instant.
yeah, yeah,
Like, okay, well, I could tolerate this bullshit because at least I got some tunes.
yep, exactly, man.
Um, Me and my best friend, we walked from Shelbyville to Morristown.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a dumb idea. And we played this game that I've always tried to get other people at work to play when they're stuck, where I would name a band, and then you would have to name a band off of is it the last letter? Like if I went with
Oh,
Jimi
sure.
Hendrix, that would theoretically try to screw you because you get stuck with an X.
Yeah, but I can name at least two.
Yep. And I don't remember how long that walk was. It was hours. And we did that the whole time because we can name so many bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just a fun little anecdote to music. Music is everything. It's the soundtrack to life. It's what you need. It helps you. It's magic. It's every
Yeah. I say it every week, man. Like, yeah, music is
yeah.
man.
Well, what else we got? What are we gonna
I mean, we're gonna do Somewhat Slightly Days next week by Jeffrey Gaines.
let's make sure I write that down because uh, next week's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Just because we'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
Not Riley Gaines, Jeffrey Gaines.
Jeffrey Gaines.
Who's Riley Gaines?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Swimmer. Um, um, really, really good swimmer
Oh,
who
okay.
swam maybe something important,
Hmm.
but unfortunately, she swam against I don't know what to say here,
Is
male that,
okay.
and they kind of tied. And if I remember correctly, what got her in the spotlight is they told her, hey, we're just going to give to the transgender person. And it
Uh,
like knocked them out of like scholarships and all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
I think they went out and talked about it, and maybe that's I just saw something about it. Anyway, Jeffrey Gaines is none of that, and that's
He
what
is not. Somewhat slightly dazed.
Chris Gaines isn't that the
Chris Gaines is
Garth
Garth
Brooks?
Brooks' rock and roll persona. Yeah.
Did you listen to that?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, I had no interest in listening to that.
Do you think he's a serial killer?
Jeffrey Gaines or
Have you
Garth
not heard
Brooks.
this?
No.
This is great. Do you know about the Your Mom's House podcast?
No.
It's two comedians. They're married.
Okay.
Tom Segura and his wife Christina
Okay.
Pazsitzky.
Okay.
They just started saying that um, Garth Brooks is a serial killer.
And people are just like, okay.
Yeah, it caught on huge. It caught on
Oh,
so big that Garth Brooks had to address it.
oh my Lord.
And it's hilarious
People
because
are idiots.
yeah, they were
Wow.
just like I don't remember how it come up. Just like it'd be the perfect cover and you don't know nothing about his life and it just took on a lot. That's hard to do with the
Oh,
internet now. Remember back in the
yeah.
day, you would hear like Marilyn Manson removed his ribs so he could blow himself,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
or Richard Gere in a gerbil.
Gerbil. Yeah.
It might as well have been true. It's obviously
Yeah.
not, but
Yeah. Yeah.
might as well have been.
Yeah.
That's gone now.
Dude, when I was a kid, not a kid, when I was in my late 20s, I tried to start a rumor on the internet. Teddy Long had taken some time off from WWF
Uh-huh.
to attend like a family funeral or something like that. He was gone for a while. And it was when he was doing the haterade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I put in all these different Yahoo groups that the reason that he was gone is because he was in deepest, darkest Africa trying to find the blackest brother that he could find, Hakeem. And I put it in
Hakeem, the
so,
one man gang.
yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, that's funny.
And I put it in so many groups, dude. And I was like, I've got to make people believe this. So I was like, just because people would write the most dumb things in those groups
Yep.
and they would catch fire and people would believe them.
Yep.
And so I'm like, all I've got to do is, get a couple people to pick up on this and it'll be true. But nobody picked up on it.
I
So,
just DC and I, when we were younger, just encouraged rumors we would hear. Like we
yeah.
would just encourage them. Like, for example, him and I were going into Walmart once, and we ran into somebody, and
Mhm.
they looked at me and they're like, "Wait, I thought you died." And of course, being the smartass, I said, "Yeah, I got better." But the point was, DC ran into him sometime and just, yeah, he died. Just to fuck with these people. And I always thought that was, as I got older, I used to hate rumors about me. Like, why would you talk about me? Then
Yeah.
after a while, I became, okay, just lay it on there, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perspective change.
Yeah, for sure. My little brother has
But
always had this weird thing where you can't talk about him, whether you say good things or bad things or whatever. He just gets mad if you talk about him at all. I always thought that was really strange.
hmm, I wonder, I wonder if it comes from naming things gives you power over it. So talking about someone is a way to take away their power. I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
weird
It's just a weird thing that my brother would always would
at
always say.
all. Like not talking shit, like at all. Like don't
At
talk about me
all.
at all.
Yep. Don't talk about him at all.
To me, that makes me think you got something to hide.
Well, yeah, that's probably what it was. I mean, more than anything. But yeah, if someone's like, "Hey, how's your brother doing?" I'm supposed to go, I don't know. Like it's yeah. Yep.
Everybody's weird, man. Everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All the good people, at
People are
least.
strange, man. People are strange.
Yeah, people suck.
Yeah, some of
Nope,
them.
I'm not gonna say it. I already got in my.
Yeah, you already got into my taste in music stuff, so.
Yep. All right. You got anything else? It's
Nah,
12:30.
man. Is it 12:30? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. All right.
Check
Uh,
out this album. It's a good
yeah,
rock and roll album. It'll make you feel good. That's what you need right now.
for sure.
All right. That's what I got.
Cool. Yeah, and we'll be back next week with more of my taste in music sucks, and the album is Somewhat Slightly Dazed by Jeffrey Gaines.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
All right, let me flip this so I can do this. Oh, hey, and thanks, Tyler. We appreciate you coming back, my brother.
I'm gonna write it. Where'd I put my notebook? I'm ready to end it whenever you are. I'm just gonna put something down about Tyler.